Hi guys, good evening. Happy Thursday. I am just pulling up YouTube on how do I mute it? There we go. Sorry. I'm pulling up YouTube on my phone, which I should be able to see the chat from my iPad, but we're just gonna pull it up here to make sure everything is good. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Peatra After 30. Thank you so much. Sorry, let me put the phone down so I can actually look at y'all. Thank you so much for coming to spend a few minutes with me today. I greatly appreciate it. As you can tell, we have a slightly, hey, D'Angelo, we have a slightly different angle happening tonight. I actually tried to do this live earlier today. Thank you to D'Angelo and to Katie for joining me for that. But we were having some technical difficulties. The weather's bad, and I think my service was kind of bad. So it didn't work out. So I am bringing this to you guys again. We'll see if we can actually get through it this time. And I am trying to look at my camera, but I'm doing this on my iPad. So instead of the camera being right here in front of me, it's over here to the side. So if it looks like I'm looking off, that's what it is. Anyway, I just want to give that disclaimer. So, if you guys didn't read the description box, as you know, or may not know, and for which case I'll be informing you, Peatra After 30, the original idea was all about me kind of documenting this journey of me living my best life now that I am 31 and just kind of wanting to do things on my own terms and how I want to do it. So that's what, sorry friends. So that's what Peatra After 30 is all about. So planning has been a large part of that. So that's why you have seen mostly that on my channel. But my husband and I have decided to incorporate some financial planning as well, aka budgeting, because we have never really been budgeters. Whatever. We have never really been budgeters, but we need to be. Like, we have been very fortunate and blessed over the last 12 years, but we have fucked up a lot of money. So we're just trying to do better. We recognize that we're getting older. Our goals and the things that we want to do and want to achieve are steadily evolving, and a lot of things you need capital to make it happen. So we're trying to get our money life right. So I will be bringing you guys our very first budgeting video for the month of March, and that will be that'll be sometime between now and Sunday. I will be bringing that to you guys. So I figured before we dove into budgeting, I would give you a little bit of background about our financial journey, and it might be something that you guys can relate to. Ours definitely won't look like a lot of people's that I personally watch on YouTube. I know a lot of people follow Dave Ramsey and Financial Peace University and all that, and they're paying off debt, and it's just a whole lot that they're doing. Ours won't look like that. Ours are going to look like paying your bills and trying to enjoy life because you work hard and you deserve to, and trying to do some future planning or whatever. And that's just kind of what it is. So first, I see that I have a few people on. If you guys want to say hi, I'd love to say hi to you. But if not, it's cool. I get it. So my husband and I, we have been together for 12 years, and you're older than me. So 31 is old. You're old as hell. But anyway, he and I have been together for 12 years, and we have combined our finances essentially from the start. There was never, even really when we were dating, yeah, I would say so. Would you agree, D'Angelo? There was never really a point where our money was kind of separate. So, like I said, we've always been blessed and fortunate. We've mostly always been a two-income household. There have been periods where I have not worked, which currently is kind of the case. So I think this would be the second time in our 12 years that we have been essentially a one-income household. But luckily, D'Angelo has always been the breadwinner. He makes more money than I do, so we can still afford to sustain ourselves. So anyway, I'm trying to remember how I put it earlier because I feel like I gave some good explanations earlier, but now it's kind of fuzzy. Anyway, um, let's see. So yeah, 12 years, two income household. We have always been able to pay all of our bills, which has always included some type of rent or mortgage. Generally, two car notes. All of our utilities and that stuff. We don't have any kids, so it's just the two of us. We have usually always had a dog, so we have that expense. Um, we try to travel on occasion, but it's all been domestic, nothing international really. Um, I'm totally blanking, y'all. I probably should have took some notes, but whatever. Not really. Yeah. Um, yeah, and all of our needs we've always been able to take care of all of our needs, most of our wants, so we've always been good. So anyway, I'll fast forward a little bit. That's kind of our financial history. We've always had debt, like credit cards and stuff. I have student loans. We are just not financially the most responsible people. Like we pay our bills, but aside from that, like I'm cheap, but I'm a spender. So let me find something that's a great deal. Oh shit, sorry, that was my water. Let me find something that's a great deal, and I definitely don't mind spending money on it. My husband, on the other hand, he's cheap and doesn't want to spend money. So mine is more, you work for it, buy it, you deserve it, you should get it, especially if you find a deal on it. My husband is the opposite of that, but we are not really good savers. We spend our money. Like I said, we have debt, all of the above. So anyway, fast forward to the end of July last year, so the end of the summer, I quit my full-time job, and a large part of that was I wanted to be able to dedicate my time to starting my own business, and I haven't done that. So we have been a one income household, essentially since August of last year. And we were doing really good, or at least we thought we were. We had a plan when I quit my job because I gave my job like 6 months notice that I was leaving. And so we had a plan that we were going to save all of my paychecks in that time frame and just live off my husband's income, and we didn't do that. So we didn't prepare accordingly. So once I left my job, you can say you're responsible, D'Angelo, but I don't really think that's the case. Neither one of us are fiscally responsible. So anyway, so when I left my job, we were good for a while, and I don't think we really noticed that we were using credit cards a lot, and the little bit of faux savings that we did have, we were using that. And we had a period where we were getting some lump sums of money from different things. So that kind of supplemented it too. And so it took a while before we realized that we really couldn't afford the lifestyle the way we were living at. Like we were legit eating out all the time and would spend money on that. I would be wanting to run back and forth to Athens, which is where my niece is in school, and go there. And I mean, literally in a few hours visiting her, we would blow a few $100s. So that was not sustainable. And yeah, it wasn't working. So with me not launching my business the way I wanted to, we kind of had a come to Jesus conversation. It was like, okay, what are we gonna do? What's our plan? So I recently started subbing, and I started that in December. And so I sub pretty much 5 days. I don't know. I feel like lately it's been averaging like 4 days a week. Like this week I'm doing 5 days a week, and oh my God, it drives me crazy. That's not what we're here to talk about. But I have been subbing to kind of help us supplement our income. So anyway, sorry, this was supposed to be long story short, but I feel like I'm dragging it out. So in January, I decided that we were going to monitor our finances to really see where our money was going. I thought that was the first step of budgeting. We need to see how much we're actually bringing in, what we're spending, and where we're spending it. So we were actually pretty, or at least I was pretty surprised in the month of January because, and I'm going to say this, but I'm going to give a disclaimer because I don't want anybody to take it any kind of way or be offended or whatever the case may be. I would joke all the time that we were poor. And I would say that just because, again, our lifestyle had changed a lot. And so, saying we were poor, I totally realize that there are people that are a lot less fortunate than we are, that we are incredibly blessed. And, I don't take any of that for granted. So, do not take offense to me saying that we're poor. It was just the language that I use, and I'm going to be real with you guys. So, just saying that we were poor. When we were monitoring our money for January, we brought in, because I want to give you an actual accurate number. I'm going to pull up my app. But I think we brought in close to $6,000 in January. What the hell? Now my app wants to fail me, of course. But all right, here we go. So in January, yes, we brought in $5,785.87 in the month of January. So to say that, and it's really weird when you see it on paper, because I'm telling you, I thought we were out here like struggling. But then it's like bringing in that kind of money, well, where's our money going? And so we did all of our bills and stuff, and we tracked all of our spending, like whatever D'Angelo would spend, because he didn't keep up with it. He would text it to me, and then I would put it in the app. And mind you, I don't think you guys really understand this. When I say we used to eat out all the time, we ate out all the time. And it wasn't like fast food, like we would go sit down at restaurants to eat like multiple times a week. Especially let it be a long work day. Yeah, we're definitely going to let somebody serve us so I don't have to cook. But anyway, so while we are poor, we spent, where is it? Here we go, eating out. Sorry, it's broken down by categories. We spent $613 eating out while we were poor. And this was like super cut back. Like most of this was probably having to eat lunch or something like that while we were out. Majority of it, like I'm scrolling through it, is fast food. I'm not sure that we went to any restaurants really. And I feel like we still missed some stuff in tracking this. So I would probably say that we spent maybe $7-ish hundred on eating out in the month of January. So if we're spending that kind of money when we feel like we don't have any money, we were probably dropping a couple $1,000s eating out every month, and that is not an exaggeration whatsoever. Like we went to Juicy Crab. When did we go to Juicy Crab, D'Angelo? Sunday, because I didn't make it to the planner meetup. We went to Juicy Crab on Sunday, and the bill for just the two of us came up to, what, like $70? It came up to like $70. And we were doing that on average like 4 times a week, I would say. And that's in addition to eating out and everything. And where I worked, I used to work in I know, right? I used to work in Midtown Atlanta, so there were a plethora of restaurants. Uber Eats delivered everything. So I might spend $15 on breakfast, another $20 on lunch, and then we were eating out for dinner. And then D'Angelo, he wasn't spending nearly as much as I was spending, but he was also spending money on breakfast and lunch. So, and on occasion when we would go to the grocery store, we weren't even really going to the grocery store like that because we were eating out, so we didn't need the groceries. But on occasion when we would go to the grocery store, then you're adding in that expense too. So anyway, that's the eating out. That's a bunch of our money. And then what was the other thing? Oh, so planner expenses. Like I actually tracked how much I was spending in planner stuff. And again, this is a time where we're like, we don't have any money. We are like on a shoestring budget. We're very careful with what we're spending. And I still spent almost $400. Well, some of that's not mine. Some of that is D'Angelo's. But most of it, no, is all this mine? Oh, damn. Um, okay, so there were a couple household items in there. So I shouldn't have to take the brunt of the household items. But in this category, which were non budgeted expenses, we spent $365.75. So almost $400. And most of that was on planner stuff. Like I have Etsy, Hobby Lobby, Tombow, Target, Michaels, Planner Meetup, Joann's, Office Depot, Etsy, Joann's, Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Joann, Michaels. Yeah. So I spent a lot of money. So what I guess the point I'm trying to get across is that if this is how we're spending when we're actually watching it and when we're considering ourselves being careful, then we were pretty much just blowing money previously. So we're trying to change our lifestyle now. Now, we didn't do good in February. In February, this was my version of a budget. I'm just gonna pull out my, shit, that hurt. Sorry, y'all. I don't usually curse. I usually curse a lot, but not on video, but that just hurt. Sorry. So anyway, so our version of a budget for February, was on this sheet of paper, like you can see. And it wasn't really a budget. I wrote down our bills and stuff, and this isn't even everything. Like, according to this, I only checked off that I actually paid 2 bills. And this was all that I did for February. I never actually got around to doing a budget and stuff. So now that we have an idea of where we're spending our money, we are really gonna do a budget for March. So we've actually already gotten paid. My husband gets paid. Technically, he gets paid once a month, but he has checks that come in. He has another check that comes in mid-month, but that's something different. So the lump sum of our money comes in at the end of the month, which is used for technically end of the month bills and then all of our next month bills. So he just got paid today is Thursday. He got paid yesterday, and so there's a couple end of the month bills like my car note and our cell phone bill, and that might be it, and everything else is for the month of March. So I have actually already written down our numbers. Like, I wanted to do that before we started spending the money. I wanted to actually kind of allocate where it was going. So I haven't done all of it, but most of it I have before we started spending. So now I just need to actually formally write it out, put it in the planner, all of that, which is what you'll see sometime before Sunday. So that's it, guys. I think I did a real shitty job of explaining this. My bad. But I just kind of wanted to tell you where we were starting from. Oh, I will say this. So our budget right now is just paying our bills, maintaining our life, trying to enjoy ourselves some, and so on and so forth. It's not really like debt repayment or anything like that right now. That is something that I would eventually like to work on. I'm definitely getting rid of the credit cards that we owe, getting rid of our car notes. To me, if I'm just being real honest with y'all, I ain't really worried about the student loans. I mean, they should be more of a priority, but whatever. But eventually paying off the student loans, and just kind of going from there. So the focus right now is just our day-to-day life and expenses and whatnot. We will get around to the debt payoff and things of that nature later. So that's pretty much it, guys. Do you have any questions? D'Angelo, I feel like it's just me and you because the other person's not saying anything. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am happy to answer them. If not, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so that when I do drop the budget video, you will see that. And I hope that you will join us on this journey of getting our money life right. Thank you, sugar. I hope that you will join me on this journey of getting our money life right. I hope that it could be of some help to you. We have been money misfits for, the last 31 and 33 years, but going forward, we are trying to do better. So I hope that will rub off on you if you're in a place where you need to get your money right. You need to, be more financially responsible, because in this economy, we all need to be more financially responsible. Like, if we're not prepared for a rainy day, we might be kind of fucked. So that is where we are trying to get to. So I hope you'll join us on the journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would love for you to join us and turn on your notifications so that you never miss another video. I hope you guys have a wonderfully amazing evening. Tomorrow is Friday. Yay! Believe me, there's nobody in the world that's more happy that tomorrow is Friday. This school that I have been at this week, Lord Jesus, these kids have tested every bone in my body. But tomorrow's the last day, and we can move on. We can keep on pushing. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.